Well, it's been a few years since my last video, and since then I've made some upgrades to my Benjamin Bulldog. As you can see, it's much longer. It's got an extra 100cc tank added onto it. I get almost 35 good shots out of this thing. I've got a FL Donnie moderator. The flashlight's mounted sideways. And I'm using iron sights, and this time they're actual iron flip-up sights instead of the plastic ones I had before on my last video. And the reason for that is because the plastic one of them broke where it mounted, and it was garbage. There's also a deep hanger installed along with the moderator and an extra 100 cc's of air. Now, on the ammunition front, I've changed what I'm using for ammunition. Still have a couple of magazines here. And of course the single shot tray. However, I've got these 308s. They're 220 grain. They do fit with the single shot tray. You have to feed the round in, set the sabot down, and then slide it back in the sabot. I use my fingernail and kind of give it a good shove back in, but when you actually cock it, it shoves it in there pretty tight, and it holds it very tight, and it gives it a good spin. These do a lot of damage at close range, especially within the 50-yard or 100-yard range that I'm using this thing in. As you can see, it's got that dull lead tip. I don't know how well this phone focuses in. But anyways, that's one. And I switched to these boat tail 308s in the sabot because they have a better flight characteristic. And they fit into the sabot just like the other ones. I've also got copper jacketed hollow point 32 caliber pistol round mounted in a 9mm sabot, and it fits in the magazine. Both of these magazines are full of these. These are 82 grain, and they fly pretty fast, even faster with the nylon. And then, of course, for the standard ammo that everybody can buy, the pellets, my next choice after that is the Rabbit H&N Rabbit rounds, which I use after that. The choice I use after that would be, of course, the round made for it, which is the Nozzler. I don't really like it. I hit a few targets with it, and it didn't even expand and turn into a hollow point, and flatten out like it's supposed to, the way that this one does. This turns into like a nickel. It's really funny. This one here, the copper turns into like fragments, and then you get a flat disc. These here, they're super accurate. I'll give them that, and they're really fast. However, they don't have much punch, and when they do hit, they flattened out into a disc somewhere between the size of a nickel and a quarter, and it's wafer thin. I mean wafer thin. So I don't know if that's a good thing. It spreads the energy out over a large, wide area or something, or whatever, but it's just, 82 grains, just like this H&N Grizzly. But you know what? The Grizzly seems to have more punch, just because of the design characteristics. With this one being fluted and and longer and thinner, this one being more solid of a pellet, just a solid slug, seems to do better. And anyways, so I've also bought some of those from Pyramid Air. I bought some of those round ball ammo, but they look like garbage. They all have a little flat nub on them. None of them are perfectly round. It seems like I got the whole box of rejects, so I'm not even going to bother showing you those to waste your time. Also, when I got the rifle, I'm sorry about the lighting here, but I managed to get this nice Pinty scope for real cheap, and it's a 6x9 by 40. And it's lit green and red. The on-off dial is right here. And it has pretty good range. You know, I don't like these covers, these flip-up covers. You know, I'm not a fan of those things. I understand they're supposed to keep the glare down and all that, but, you know, if you wrap your weapon properly, I was in the Marines, and if you wrap your weapon properly, this isn't even all of it. I mean, this isn't real tree camo. This is actually some webbing. A roll that my friend who passed recently was in the 509th Airborne. He gave me that along with a bunch of memorabilia stuff he had, and I had it lying around. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to wrap my rifle with it. And it's sticky. It makes it easy to grab. It's got a stick to it, and it's camouflaged. And of course, I can add regular stripping to it, you know, like a sniper uses to cover up the rest of the rifle. It just adds to the camouflage. Didn't quite make it all the way to the end. Oh well, sorry to bore you with my video and my slow rambling voice, but it's almost Christmas and I had nothing better to do. So I thought I would share this with you. It's been about 3 years, and happy hunting with the Benjamin Bulldog. And like I said, with the deep hanger, it's so quiet. It's quieter than my 25 caliber break barrel, my Vortex, my Hot Sun QE. It is much louder than this thing. In fact, I have a friend who has a Powerline 800, and it's louder. With the deep hanger and the moderator installed, this thing is just quiet. All you hear is just the air expanding, and of course the target being destroyed. Well, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and happy whatever holidays everyone is having. Thank you.